So let me introduce myself. So I'm Ravi. I have close to 12 years of experience in IT. So I'm into online training from the past 9 years. So I'm working on Snowflake for the past close to 3 years. So I have trained many candidates in different technologies. So I'm working as an architect for a bank. That's about me. And basically to learn Snowflake, right? So the prerequisite is SQL. So just want to hear from you. Do you guys have any like basic idea on SQL? Okay, if not, I'll just start. See, for the first 10 minutes, right, it's the completely basic. Then I'll deep dive into what is Snowflake. So what I'm going to cover in the next 35 sessions. Okay, and what I'm going to help with you. Okay, so we'll discuss everything. Just bear with me for like 45 to 50 minutes. So I'll start with the basic one. So to learn Snowflake, the prerequisite is SQL. So we already told you, right? So basically, you should know what is a database. I'll just introduce to the different terms so that are required to understand Snowflake, which is in the language. So basically, you should understand what is a database. I hope all of you know what is a database, right? So let me just put it with a simple example. Let's say we have a bank called Bank of America. Okay? So they are giving different services to the customer. Let's say they are into banking, they are into insurance, and even they will give loans. Okay? Let me just stick with these three services. So Bank of America is giving different services to the customers. So let's assume there are around close to 20 lakhs customers, okay? 20 lakh customers. So if I take banking, right? So it's a different service. Even if you observe, right, you'll have a different branch. Or else for the time, for that matter, we'll take ICICI Bank, okay? So ICICI is giving different services. And if you go to the banking, right, banking, you'll find a separate office. Insurance, you'll have a separate division. Loans will be a separate division. So why they have segregated this information? Because the service which they are giving to the customer is different. So that's the reason they have separated into different branches. Similarly, to store the customer information, we require a database. All the customer information will be stored in the database. What database will contain? Database will contain schemas. So when I say schema 1 will be responsible for maintaining the banking related information. Schema 2 will be responsible for maintaining the insurance information. Schema 3. See, like the services are divided, right, into different segments. Similarly, a database will have different schemas to maintain the related information. So what a database will contain? So database will contain schemas, right? Schemas. These are the different schemas. I have one, two, three schemas. So database will contain schemas. And what schema will contain? The schema will contain objects. So when I say object, we'll just take one simple example. Just let's take table. So basically, table is one of the object of the database. If you take different databases in the market, I hope you have. So we were just discussing about the different databases available in the market. So we have the popular ones are Oracle, we have SQL Server, and we have DB2, Teradata, and we have PostgreSQL SQL. So like this, we have different databases in the market. So all these databases are relational databases. Okay, but Snowflake it's an analytical database. It's not a relational database. It's an analytical database. So when I say analytical database, mostly the reporting team, right? They will do the analytics on the historical data. So they'll come up with some business validations or business decisions on the analytics by using the analytics. So a database will contain schemas. Schema will contain objects. When I say object, we can take one example of a table. Okay, I'll just take one simple example. Okay, so you know, right, what is a table? A table will have rows and columns, right? Can anyone respond? Like I need someone to be responded. So basically, when I say table, it will have rows and columns. So we'll just take the simple example. Let's say student number and student name and the course which he enrolled, and let's say start date. So and let's say there is another column called mobile. Yes, I'm just taking your names here. Let's say student number 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So we have Vandana, Sandeep, Amit, and we have Srinivas, Rishi. Let me just stick with the four people. So let's say they have enrolled for, let's say, the course Snowflake, and Sandeep is enrolled for, let's say, Java. Srinivas is also for Snowflake. And let's say Rishi is for Oracle. So these are the different courses information. Let's say the course start date. Let's say start with the 9th of March 2024. And let's say this will start on 10th of March. This is on, let's say, 11th of March. I have a mobile number. So I'm just taking these. How many? Can anyone tell me how many columns are there?
Columns.
This is
Sorry,
a
five
column.
columns.
Yes, these are five columns. Okay, we have five columns. And how many rows we have? These are all called rows. Okay, we have five
Four
columns
rows.
and four rows. Yeah, this is called as a table. Okay, this is called as a table. So now there is one more important term that you need to understand is called data type. When I say data type, if you look at this particular column, right? Look at this column. So this is storing numeric information, right? Numeric information. This is character information. This is a character information. This is a date information. This is also a numeric information. Okay. So we have different information in the table column, right? This column stores the numeric information, character, date information, and the numeric information. So in Snowflake, not only in Snowflake, in all the databases, if you take any database, you will have a data type. We have number, so which will be used to store numeric information, and we have varchar used to store character information. And we have one more data type called date, so which will be used to store date information. Date information. Like this, we have different data types, but let me just stick with this term. Okay. So we in a database we have schema. Schema will have object. One of the object which we are going to discuss is table. Table will have rows and columns. If you want to create a table, you should know the data type. We know what is a data type. Okay. So the type of information which we are storing in a column. So these are the basic information. Okay. Now there is one more term that you need to understand is on-premise. On-premise or traditional. So when I say on-premise, so let's take you're starting a business. Okay. Let's say you're opening a let's take supermarket. Okay. Or let's say you are opening a, let's say, call center. So what you require actually when you want to start a business, so you need to have the hardware capacity, right? Hardware. You need to have the hardware, right? So when I say hardware, you need to purchase systems, right? With the servers actually, with a different capacity. Let's say initially you are planning to purchase, let's say, 2 terabytes of hard disk, and let's say 16 GB of, or let's say 32 GB of RAM. Okay? And you need to install few softwares, right? You need to purchase the software, right? You need to install and you need to purchase the software, and you need to download the software. You need to purchase the software. You need to download, right? You need to download and you need to install the software. So let's say you have purchased one software. Let's say the software version is let's say V1. Okay, you have purchased the software version of V1. Let's say after 2 months, they release a new version into the market. Okay, so let's say the new version is let's say V2. You're seeing like different like Windows versions, Windows 11, Windows 10, right? So similarly, if you have a software, so they will release a new versions into the market. Then what you need to do? You need to upgrade, right? You need to upgrade your system to the newer version. You need to do the upgrade. Okay. And 24/7, your system should be up and running, right? Let's say your working hours, let's say from morning, let's say 8 to, let's say, evening 10 o'clock. Okay. And after that, is there any way to shut down your systems or shut down your server? You're not supposed to shut down the servers, right? They should be up and running. If you take a bank, right? let's say you can do the net banking anytime, right? You can transfer the money, you can receive the money at any time, right? Most probably, like maybe 1 hour they'll do a maintenance activities. Let's say half an hour they'll do the maintenance activities. But 24/7, your system should be up and running, right? So that is one thing. So this is called as a on-premise. In case of on-premise, you need to purchase everything. Okay, you need to purchase everything. Now let's say after 2 months, you feel that your business is not growing. Okay, so let's say after 2 months you feel that your business is not growing. So is there any way that you can reduce the capacity? Let's say you purchase this capacity. So is there any way that you can go to the, let's say, 1 terabyte and 16 GB? Again, you need to purchase the lower, let's say, server with the lower capacity, right? Here there is a cost, and here you will have a one more cost. So this is called scale down, going down. So you're moving from higher capacity to the lower capacity. This is called as a scale down. So the term which you need to understand is scale down, on premise, or a traditional. Let's say you feel that your business is growing. Initially you have 2 terabytes. Let's say you want to switch to 4 terabytes. So you feel that your business is growing. So this is called scale up, which means you can scale up. But here also there is a cost, right? Again, you need to purchase a server with the required capacity. Okay? So there is a lot of cost factors involved here. Okay? This is called on-premise. Now let's talk about cloud. So what do you mean by cloud? And before that, I just want to hear from you. Do you guys know the major cloud providers in the market? Have you heard about Azure, GCP, and Amazon? Even Amazon,
Yes,
they're
sir.
having a data center. Yeah, they're having a data center in the Gachibowli. Okay. So we have, these are the three major cloud providers available in the market. So when I say cloud, right? Let's say you want to start a business. Let's take this scenario. Okay. So what you need to do is you need to do no need to do all these things. You no need to purchase the hardware, no need to download or install, no need to upgrade, no need to do the maintenance activities. Okay. And whenever you want to scale up and scale down, there won't be any any initial cost. So what you need to do, what these guys are doing is, so let's say if you want to work with cloud, right, you just need to have a URL with username and password. You need to have a URL with username and password. Okay. So what they will do is you can just give the initial your requirements, whatever your initial requirements. So they will take care of preparing the environment for you. Okay. And let's say initially you require these things. Okay. So they'll take care of everything. No need to do any initial setup from your end. They'll prepare the environment and they'll share these credentials with you. What you can do is you need to log into the URL and you can work with the required softwares. So whenever you want, let's say scale up, hey, initially have this capacity. Can you just move to this capacity? You just need to place a request. They'll take care of everything. And Snowflake, how they're going to charge is they'll charge per minute billing. They'll charge per minute. So let's say, for example, if you use let's say, the systems for, let's say, 1 minute, 30 seconds, 1 minute, 30 seconds, they'll charge you for 2 minutes. The minimum billing is 1 minute. Okay. So here you have 30 seconds, 1 minute, again 1 minute. They'll charge you for 2 minutes. It's a per minute billing. Let's say if you use it for, let's say, 5 hours, they'll charge you only for 5 hours. Okay. Because you're not using this resources. So they'll charge you only for the services that you're going to consume. So you're good, right? Till this point. So what is the advantage of cloud? You no need to take care of the hardware or the software or upgrades. Okay, everything will be taken care by the respective cloud provider. It's up to you whatever the cloud provider that you want to choose. They will take care of everything. So there is a lot of cost saving. Okay, so that is one more advantage. And you should understand one more term called different formats of the data. What are the different formats of the data we have? So we have structured data. And if it's structured data, you can take the same example. So this is a structured format. If you see here, right, it's a rows and columns. It's a more structured way. So the data could be in the different formats. One is structured format. We can call it as a data could be in the form of a table or in the form of a CSV, comma separated value. I'll show you one simple file. Look at this particular file. You have product line, product type, and product description. So this is your product, and this is the type of the product. Okay, and this is the description of the product. So let's say there is a product called P1. It comes to electronics. Electronics. Let's say you're trying to purchase a, let's say, television. So this is one of the CSV file, structured comma separated value. This is called as a structured format. So if you see any files with CSV, that is a structured format. If you see a table, that is a structured format. You have one more thing called semi-structured. What do you mean by semi-structured data? You can take example of a XML, JSON, Avro, Parquet. These are the different semi-structured data. So what is a JSON format here? So I'll just show you one simple example. Look at this file. So there's a name is Bala, gender is male, date of birth, kids, how many kids he's having, what is the kid's school, what is the address, okay? What is the phone number of his phone number, personal phone number. See, this is one way of representing the data, but the format is .json. This is called as a semi-structured data. So this is a semi-structured data. And you have one more format, that is a XML format. Let me show you that. There is one site actually from where you can download the XMLs. Okay? So can you see there are a lot of XMLs here, .xml. Let me open any one of the file. So can you see here? Here there is a term called security term. Okay, a week, month. Okay, security type. Okay, so auction date. So okay, issue date. So this is another way of representing the data. So this format is called XML. This is a XML format. Anyways, we are going to discuss all these things, but I just want to show you what is a structured and semi-structured data. And you can have one more format that is called unstructured data. When I say unstructured data, so and when I say unstructured data, you can take an example of a you have your PDFs, okay, your images. Those are all unstructured data, and you have streaming data. When I say streaming data, you can take example of a Twitter, okay, or a Facebook, or any stock market. So because the data will change every minute. So these are the different formats of the data. And after that, let me just show you the different advantages of Snowflake. So why people are moving towards Snowflake. So if you look at the diagram, right? So you have AWS, GCP, and Azure. So these are the three cloud providers who are supporting Snowflake. See, Snowflake as such, they don't have a cloud. Okay, they are depending on AWS, GCP, and Azure. So let's say you have developed one software, okay, and you want to bring it to the public. Then what you need to do? So either you need to approach any one of these cloud providers. Hey, can you able to support me in order to publish my software? Okay, so you have to give support. Okay, since nowadays everything is moving to cloud, right? There is no on-premise concept, so everything moving towards cloud. So you can approach any of these three cloud providers. They will support the required software. Okay? Now, Snowflake doesn't have its own cloud. They are relying on these three cloud providers. Now, nowadays, why people are moving? So I'll just show you how the projects are in the real time. So generally, mostly it is they are moving their data warehouse. See, currently the data warehouse is in the Oracle actually. So Oracle or SQL Server, okay, and we have a Teradata, and we have Netezza. So most of the data warehouses are supported by these databases, actually Oracle, SQL Server, Teradata, and Netezza. Now they are moving towards Snowflake. Everything. So whatever the code that is available in Oracle, so they are migrating to Snowflake. So I'll tell you the reason why they are moving. You'll find mostly the migration projects and the development projects. Everyone are moving towards Snowflake. Even the people who are having experience of, let's say, 8 to 10 years any one of the database, they are switching their career to Snowflake because it sits on the cloud and it has its own unique features. So let me just go to why we are going towards cloud or Snowflake. So basically,
So,
Snowflake is a
uh, sorry to disturbing Avi.
yeah,
So Snowflake is also like it is also like database, right? Oracle database,
it's a
Snowflake.
database. That's what I'm. It's a database. Yes, it's a database. Snowflake is a database, but it's a
Okay,
analytical database.
okay,
It's a
okay.
database.
So it has capacity to store large amount of data, like in TBs.
Yes, yes, yes. Not in TB. More than that.
Okay, okay,
Petabytes.
okay,
Yeah, yeah. I'll come to that.
mhm,
Okay.
okay.
So
No,
basically,
I'm actually Oracle DBA, so that's why.
oh, okay, fine. Yeah. See, the main reason is it's a cloud data warehouse. So you can call it as a database as a service, or software as a service, or data warehouse as a service. In Snowflake, right? You can use it as a database, or you can perform the ETL activities also. And the storage services are flexible. Whenever you want, you can scale up and scale down. It supports semi-structured data, JSON, XML, Avro, and Parquet. It has integrations with the different cloud services like Amazon, Azure, and GCP. Okay? And it has integrations with ETL and reporting tools. Even it has integrations with Python. Okay. So since I made this point, it has integrations with ETL and reporting tools, right? Let me just take you to a slide. See, look at this slide. Snowflake is sitting in the middle. It can interact with different ETL tools. It can interact with like Informatica, DBT, Talent, Matillion, and this is a reporting layer. So you can just send the data to the big data, and you can get the data. So you have Spark, Hadoop, Hive, right? So you can get the data from these tools also, and data can be moved to the reporting layer. Okay? Data can be moved to the reporting layer. So it has integrations with all the different, what to say, ETL reporting and big data analytics. Okay? So that is one more advantage, and it has integrations with Python. And let me just to tell you, see, as part of this course curriculum, right? What we are going to learn is, so we are going to learn mostly on the Snowflake, and also we'll take one real-time scenario wherein how you are going to load the data or how you are going to move the data from Oracle to Snowflake. So by using Informatica. So we'll use a tool called IACS, Informatica Integrated Cloud Services. Okay? So by using this tool, how you are going to move the data from Oracle to Snowflake. So this we are going to discuss, and also we are going to discuss about Python. I'll cover like 3 to 4 examples on Python, and also we are going to work on AWS, Azure, GCP. So how you are going to load the data from these clouds services to Snowflake. So we'll discuss all the three what to say cloud providers, and also we are going to discuss about Power BI. I mean to say like the couple of scenarios, how Power BI is going to consume Snowflake data, okay, how they're going to utilize it. So we'll discuss that scenario also. And also there is one popular tool in the market, Matillion. This is like most demanded tool in the market. This is a Matillion. And if possible, I'll try to cover DBT. I'll explain one or two scenarios. So these are all the real-time, what to say, scenarios actually. We are using all these tools in our application actually. We are doing a lot of POCs and on the existing like traditional systems, and we are in the process of moving them to cloud. So this is what you're going to learn in the next coming 30 days. Mostly it's on Snowflake, but these are all the real-time scenarios. And yeah, that's what. See, it has integration with the ETL and reporting tools, and it has its like advanced features. Uh, did you guys get the course content? If not, I'll walk you through that. So now you're clear, right? This is what I have explained. Okay, it has like integrations with the Amazon S3, Microsoft Azure, and GCP. Even we can use, I mean, from Python we can access Snowflake. Okay, and yeah, before that, before logging into Snowflake, so let me show you the architecture. So can you see here there are three layers: database storage layer, query processing layer, cloud services layer. So when I say database storage layer, you can take an example of, let's say you have a hard disk of 1 terabyte. You have PDF files, images, videos, and audios. You have different files. Okay. Let's assume this is your external hard disk. Let's assume you have three computers. One is with 4 GB RAM, 8 GB RAM, 16 GB RAM. Now tell me, if you connect to 4 GB RAM, it is not, the performance will not be good, right? If you connect to 16 GB, so the performance will be better. Okay, so in case of Snowflake, if I have to talk about the architecture, database layer will be responsible for storing the data. And how you are going to retrieve the data? You require some resources. Who is going to provide the resources? The query processing layer. That too, depending upon your warehouse size. See here, you can, for the time being, you can say it's a RAM size. Currently, it is 4 GB, 16 GB, and 32 GB. Okay, depending upon your, I'll remove the word RAM. Okay, I'll introduce warehouse. Depending upon your warehouse size, your performance will be improved. You can write the data, you can get the data from database. You're clear, right? Database layer will be responsible for storing the data. Query processing layer will be responsible for allocating the resources, okay, with the help of virtual warehouse. And what is this third layer? See, if you want to log into Snowflake, I told you we need URL with the username and password, right? This is what we discussed, right? We should have a URL with username and password. So whatever the URL which we are using and the username and password, whether they are correct or not, the cloud services layer will do the authentication and access control, and it has a lot of components. So we'll discuss one by one, but for the time being, you can, as of today, we can assume like the cloud services layer will do the authentication and access control. Now let me create an account with Snowflake. Let me go to snowflake.com. So this is the URL that you need to use, snowflake.com. I'm just registering with Snowflake. You need to switch to snowflake.com. And here, there is an option here. Can you see here? Start for free. At the right hand side, you have start for free. So click on this. See, it is as simple as creating a Gmail account. Look at this message. Once you register with Snowflake, they're going to give you for 30 days of free trial, which includes $400 worth of free usage. So I'll tell you how you are going to consume these dollars. Okay? So this is like creating a Gmail account. First name, okay. So first name, okay. Last name, company name, okay, and the role, okay. The first name, last name. You need to give any of your Gmail IDs and just click on continue. So once you click on continue, there are three different editions, right? Look at this: business critical. Let me put it in the notepad. We have different editions. What are the different Snowflake editions you have? You have three different editions. One is standard. The other one is enterprise. The other one is business critical. Let's say you are purchasing a car. Okay. Uh, when I say business critical, it's a high-end car. Standard means it's a base model. It's a mid variant. It's a high-end. Okay. Now, if I choose business critical, what is the advantage? If you choose a high-end car, what is the advantage? You will get all the features, right? So that's the reason I'm going with the business critical. Okay. So if I choose business critical, I can work with most of the features of Snowflake. If I show you this diagram, right, you will not understand at this point of time. Each edition have different features: standard, enterprise, business critical, right? Each edition has different features. But for the time being, what you can assume is, so you have three different editions. I'm choosing business critical. The reason is I'll get most of the features of Snowflake. And as I already told you, there are three different cloud providers who are supporting Snowflake. So I can choose any one of the cloud, what to say, provider. I'm just going with AWS. Okay. And these are the different, you can choose a region also. I'm just going with the Asia Pacific. Let me click on get started. See, you're clear, right? You need to choose the Snowflake edition and the respective cloud provider. Click on get started. So once you click on get started, it is asking you what is the reason in signing up with Snowflake. So I want to do a training and certification, training or certification. So when I say certification, see there are different certifications available, and see if you can complete my course, right, whatever I have told you, if you can practice every day, you can complete the basic certification, the one which I just highlighted, Snow Pro Core certification. And remember, like Snowflake is there in the Indian market from the close to 4 years. So there is a huge requirement for Snowflake developers. If a person is having a database knowledge of, let's say, 3 to 4 years or more than that, okay, even they can complete this certification and they can switch to Snowflake. Because going forward, I think Snowflake will be the a data warehouse for most of the applications. These are the different certifications. Depending upon role, you can do the different certification. Data engineer, data scientist, okay, data analyst. Lot of certifications are there. But the basic one is Snow Pro Core certification. See, I'll share you the dumps also. Even you can easily clear that. Anyways, I'll come to this later. So I would like to do a training or certification. Click on continue. So which purpose you are going to use Snowflake? Okay. So if you know these terms, that's fine, or else you can skip these steps. Let me click on continue. See, Snowflake support different language. It supports Python, Scala, Java, JavaScript. Okay. What is your preferred language? I just selected it. You can select anything, or you can skip the. It's just a survey actually. That just taking the information. Click on submit. So once I click on submit, it is saying I'll get an email to my Gmail. Let me log into that. So can you see here there is an email? Activate your Snowflake account, right? Congratulations. So activate your Snowflake account. So before that, I got one link, right? That is a URL. So this is the URL which I need to use to log into Snowflake. This is my URL. So in order to get the username and password, what I need to do, I need to click on the activate button. So this will allow me to create the or choose the username and password. So I'm just going with K Ravi, and I have given the password. Let me confirm the password. So K Ravi, and I have given the password. What it is saying. Let me click on get started. So I have selected the username and password. So K Ravi is the username, and Ravi at the rate 123 is the password. So with these three details, I can able to easily log into Snowflake. Anyways, let me try to log in. K Ravi and the password. Done. So I just logged into Snowflake. There is a plus button, right? So click on this plus button. Click on SQL worksheet. Click on SQL worksheet. So by default, can I see there is an option here, databases. You have two databases, right? Snowflake is one of the database. Snowflake sample data is another database. So once you create an account with Snowflake, Snowflake will give you two databases. One is Snowflake and Snowflake sample data. What is the purpose of the Snowflake sample data? They'll give you some tables to practice. Okay, they'll give you some tables to practice. See, can you see here there is a call center table, okay, catalog table, customer table, address table, okay, date dimensions. There are a lot of other tables here. Okay, so these are all for your practice. And what are the other things that you are seeing? Worksheets, right? So this is your worksheet. Okay, this is your worksheet. So we discussed one example, right? We have discussed this example, right? So databases will have, this is my database name. I have three different schemas, right? See, I already told you a database will have different schemas, correct? This is my database. So let me quickly create a database. See, I'm just creating a database here, create database. So my intention is to create a database for ICICI DB. I'm just naming it as ICICI underscore DB. Do a refresh here. Can you see the database? So by default in Snowflake, if you create a database, two schemas will be automatically created. I'll tell you the purpose of this, but as of now, you can just remember, like, once you create a database, two schemas will be automatically created. So we'll discuss what is the purpose of those things in tomorrow's session. But I would like to create one more schema. Okay, create schema. Let's say banking underscore schema. To execute any command in Snowflake, you can use CTRL, Control plus Enter, or you can use the play button. This is my play button. So the schema is created. Let me create an insurance schema. Created one more schema. Let me create the last schema, loan schema. In case if I refresh here, I'll get the schemas, banking schema, insurance schema, loan schema. So let me expand this schema. What I told you, database will have schemas, schema will have objects, right? So as of now, it is saying no objects found because I have not created any objects. We discussed one example, right? We have created, I showed you one table example, right? This is my table. So what I would like to do is today I'll create one table. Okay, create table. Say the table name is s underscore student underscore info. I'd like to create a table. To create the table, the syntax is create table, table name, student number. What is the data type? We discussed few data types, right? What are those? Number, right? Number, varchar, and date, right? So these are the three different data types that we discussed today. Student number, it's a numeric information, right? It's a numeric information, so I need to use number. Student name, it's a character information. I need to use character. So course is also a character. And start date is it's a date information, so I need to use date. So mobile is it's a numeric information. I'm going with number. You're clear, right? Let me create the table. It's saying the table successfully created. Let me do a refresh. Yeah, I have a table, right? I have a table, and this is my table name. You're clear, right? Now let me see the data. How to see the data from a table? Okay, before that, I'll tell you one more important point
Hello.
here.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt you. Ravi, how
Yeah.
did you executed the query? You just pressed Control Enter, right?
Yes, control enter. Yes,
Okay, okay,
control enter, or what you can do, you can use this play button to execute a statement.
okay, got it.
Okay, and yeah, one more important point is we just created a table, right? Now, if you look at the Snowflake architecture, I explained three things, right? We have database layer, query processing layer, right? Database layer. So I can see n number of databases, right? Similarly, you are able to see different databases right here. I'm just trying to compare the architecture versus the UI. So I can see the database, but where I can see these warehouses. Can you see there is an option here? Compute warehouse, run on warehouse. Okay, run on warehouse. So I have one warehouse that is a default warehouse which is given by Snowflake, compute warehouse. And these are the different roles actually. So if I have to talk about a role, right? So generally Snowflake is a role-based access control. I'll tell you that what is a role. But before that, let me just tell you a simple example. See, Vandana is there. So Vandana, let's say she is a manager. What's her role? Her role is a manager. This is a role actually. Vandana is one of the employee or one of the user in the company. Her role is manager. Okay, we have Sandeep. So Sandeep is a team lead. This is Sandeep role. And we have Srinivas. Srinivas has one more role. Let's say he is a consultant. we have Rishi. So Rishi is a senior software engineer. So under Rishi, let's say we have Kishore. Under Rishi, we have Kishore. Kishore is a fresher. So what is the top role here? Manager is the top role. Least role, fresher. Fresher is the least role. Similarly, in Snowflake, now can you tell me what is the with which username I have logged in? Did you remember the username which I used? K Ravi, right? This is my username. So I have one role in Snowflake. I have one role. That role is nothing but account admin. Account admin. I am an account admin. So let's say in the current example, I'll just use these roles. Okay. Let me bring this to side. And what I would like to do is, so let's say Vandana. Vandana is a account admin, which means account admin will sit at the top. We have one more role called public. I'll show you the roles first. Just read out the roles: account admin, org admin, public, security admin, sysadmin, and user admin. So I'll just put it in the simple words so that you'll understand. So account admin is at the top. Account admin is at the top. Now let me go to the Excel. Account admin is at the top. Now public is the least role, and we have one more role called security admin. One more role called user admin. One more role called sysadmin. The fresher will public is the least role. Account admin is the highest role. After account admin, security admin. After security admin, you have user admin and you have sysadmin. So this is the role hierarchy. So in your company, a fresher will definitely report to manager, right? Senior software engineer also report to manager. Team lead also will report to manager. Consultant will also report to manager. Okay, so which means manager is sitting at the top level. So if you take Snowflake roles with account admin, I can perform all the operations. Okay, if I have to talk about in Oracle, I think someone said they are Oracle DB, right? So you can take Sys as an example. Sys is the account admin. So he can control all the different schemas. Okay. So this is on the role. Anyways, we have a separate topic for that. We'll discuss in detail. Okay? So the basic thing is, see, as a manager, he will have his own responsibilities. Team lead will have separate responsibility. Consultant, senior software fresher. Depending upon the role, the responsibilities which they are taking up will be different. Similarly, depending upon the role, the commands or the statements which I am going to execute will differ. Okay. Anyways, I'll stop here. Let me go to the warehouse. What is this warehouse actually? So when I say warehouse, see what I told you, warehouse is nothing but it will be used to allocate the
Repository.
resources. Not repository. Warehouse will be, it's kind of a RAM. See, I told you RAM size, depending upon RAM size, the way you are retrieving the data will differ, right? So if you have 2 GB RAM, if you are playing a movie, it's very difficult to, it will not come fast, right? It will buffer, right? If you take 32 GB, it will be very fast. Similarly, in Snowflake, depending upon your warehouse size, okay, the performance will be improved. I think time will not sufficient. Probably we'll take it in the tomorrow session. What exactly meant by a warehouse? But I'll tell you what is the purpose of warehouse. Warehouse will be responsible for retrieving the data from the database. Okay, this is my point, but I'll prove that. Okay, let me prove that. So let's say I would like to run one statement. Okay, before that, let me insert few reports. Okay, so this is my warehouse, right? Can you see the status? It is suspended. The current status is suspended. So suspended means, I'll just tell you one more thing. Warehouse, underscore warehouse. So export ratio equal to false. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run one statement, okay? Insert into my table t underscore student underscore info values. So I'd like to insert one record, okay? This record I would like to insert. So one. So Vandana, Snowflake. She enrolled for Snowflake. She joined on 2024 04, let's say 07. Let right. See, I am perform this insert operation. Okay. Do I require warehouse to do this operation? Yes. What it is saying? Warehouse is suspended. Okay. So to perform the insert operation, I require the help of warehouse. Okay. I require the help of warehouse. Now, what it is saying? Currently, it is suspended. If you see the status, right, it is suspended. Okay. Now let me resume the warehouse. Alter warehouse name, resume. Resume mean, can you see the color? It changed to green. It is started. So I can utilize this warehouse to perform my database actions. See, one row inserted. Okay, one row inserted. So here I have proved that. So to perform any actions against database, I require the help of warehouse, right? Anyways, I'll stop here and I'll take the question. Okay. So anyways, I'll take one more demo session probably on Monday, but I'll take the questions. So any questions from your side? And before taking the question, generally I used to get these questions from the students. So the basic prerequisite to learn this course is SQL. If you're not familiar with SQL, so I'll share you like around 12 videos. You can go through that. If you have any questions, you can, I'll create a WhatsApp group. You can post your questions on the WhatsApp group. This is a SQL session, which will be free, and it will be close to 35 days, every day 1 hour, Monday to Friday. If you are okay on Saturday, sometimes I'll take on Saturday also. Anyways, course fee you can check with the coordinator. And what I'm going to help you. So I'm going to help you in resume preparation, certification help. Probably every week we'll discuss on the interview questions. Okay. So every day I'll share the lab materials, files, and all. So mostly I'll discuss on the like complete real-time scenarios. Okay. So package rate, it's open. Okay. And usually how I'm going to share you the notes is it will be something like this. Let's say, see every day. So I used to send like this. So class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4. Okay. This is how I used to send. Okay. Every day you'll get the class recording and along with the files that I have showed you. Okay. So, yeah. No questions. It's up. It's up to you. You can. I can take the question.
So Ravi, Atik
So
here.
hi, here.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah.
So here, right in the Snowflake, which role we are going to discuss in this course? So Snowflake is having multiple roles, right?
Developer. Developer.
With this course, which role we are going to?
Yeah. We are discussing mostly on the development part, and I'll cover 50% of the admin activities also. Tell me the get screen.
Okay. So basically, it is called Snowflake Developer or Engine,
Yes. Snowflake
right?
developer. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Right. One.
Okay.
Ravi, for Snowflake developer, do we need to do we need any knowledge on scripting like Python
Yeah.
programming or
Yeah. If you have Python, that is added advantage because Snowflake has come up with a new feature called Snow Park actually. So you heard about PySpark, right? So similarly, Snowflake has a Snow Park actually. If you know Python, yes, you can do that coding as well. Tell me that. Okay.
okay. So are we not going to cover admin part Snowflake administration?
Well,
Snowflake administration we are not going to cover. in this course?
Snowflake admin, no, admin course is different actually. See, finding admin course they'll charge you 60 to 70,000. So you can get it from the Snowflake actually directly from Snowflake. If you go to snowflake.com, right, you'll find admin course, and there is no even for admin, right, you don't find people who will teach admin part actually. You can directly reach out to Snowflake. So admin is completely different. But
Okay,
this
so no,
course,
what I'm asking this because I'm not from the programming background. I'm not a developer. So
right.
so in this course, are we going to run any do we need to write any coding or something? Because we
Yes,
know the SQL languages.
right. Yes,
Yeah.
we are going to learn about these objects. Can you see here? We are going to learn about creating tables, views,
Mm-hmm.
stages, integrations, file format, sequences, pipes, streams, tasks, functions, procedures. So in Oracle, you have procedures and functions, right? Similarly, in Snowflake also, you have procedures and
Yeah.
functions.
Okay.
This is mostly a developer point of view, but I told you, right, I'll cover 50% of the admin activities. Even if you want to move to the admin, right, you should know what are the different components you have. So how you're going to share the roles with the different how to say uh, users. Okay, what are the privileges required? If you have an idea on these objects, right, that will be an added advantage even for admins also.
Okay. So means as a DB, I can do this, right? Do this course and
Yes, you can do this. Yes.
So if we know the basic SQL, that is fine, or we need more SQL
No,
to
no.
start
See,
with Snowflake.
yeah, basic SQL is fine. Even whenever there is any topic comes in it, I'll explain. But to get more confidence, generally in the interviews, right, they'll ask you to write the queries. So they'll check your the SQL skills actually. So how you're going to write the queries or not. That is important. So if you can practice those 12 videos, right, that should be fine.
So how we are going to practice? Are you going to provide any for practicing any cloud environment?
That's why we already registered with Snowflake, right? You can use this environment. We already logged in, right? So you can use this. This is a 30-day free trial. Once it is done, you can create a new account and you can create one more account.
so class timing you will be in morning only, right? Or do you have evening batches as well?
Class timings, I think, can you check with the management? But because I'm not sure in the timings, but yeah, just check with them. So we have morning and evening, both the slots are available.
Ravi, are you currently working in Snowflakes only?
Yes, I'm working.
Oh,
I'm from
Hey
the past.
Ravi, sure.
Yeah.
Hi Ravi, Ashok here. I have
Yeah.
one question. Like you said, like there is some other integrated tools also we need to learn apart from Snowflake, right? Like Metalina, Informatica.
Right.
So
Yes.
are you guys are providing any related to that also?
Yeah, that's what. See, I'm going to give you like couple of examples on Informatica Cloud in order to load the data from Oracle to Snowflake, and also I'll show you a couple of scenarios in Matillion and Power BI and data build tool and Python, Azure, Amazon, GCP. So these are the different tools that I'm going to cover.
Hi, Ravi, this is Amit here.
Yeah, hi, Amit.
Hi. So I wanted to ask, actually, I'm an Informatica developer. Okay, I'm into Informatica and Teradata side. But now, I need to, I need to advance my career and to enhance my career. What do you suggest would be the better thing if I go for Snowflake or IICS, Informatica Cloud,
See,
Intelligent
both are
Informatica
having
Cloud?
equal opportunities. And one more thing
Mhm.
is, if you know Snowflake, that is an added advantage because I think you're already working at Power Center, right? So
Yeah, I'm working in a power center.
now slowly the applications are moving to cloud, actually, IACS. Okay,
Yeah,
and
exactly. Yeah.
even if you take one company, let's say L&T Mindtree, I'm just taking an
Hmm.
example. They are using all the things. What they are doing, they are converting the Power Center mappings into Snowflake. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
whatever you have developed in Power Center, they are just rewriting within the procedures by using Snowflake. And for pulling
Okay.
the data, they are using Informatica Cloud.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
And
I
one more
mean,
thing is, yeah, and I'll put one more point. Informatica is not a database; it's just an ETL tool. But Snowflake
yes.
is a database. Along with it will do the ETL activities.
Okay. So what actually I was planning is like if I can take both the things, like a Snowflake and IICS as well,
Uh-huh. Okay.
so that like whichever opportunity I get first, I can get into it, right? I'm planning to switch my company very soon, so I need to get enhanced in these things so that I can boost up my career.
Right, right. Yeah, Snowflake is the right tool actually. Even you can do a research also. They're having like huge requirements nowadays.
Yeah.
Every
So now,
like, mhm. Yeah,
after taking get trained in Snowflake, so how many years of experience I can add to my resume? Because already I have almost 14 plus years of experience
you can put
overall.
3 years max. Three years you can put.
Yeah, because the Snowflake is like it's into market, I guess, like 4 to 5 years back, right?
Yes,
Yeah, 4 years.
4 years. Yes, yes.
So I can go for max to max 3 years, right?
Right, right. Exactly.
And if you have any idea about IICS,
Yes, yes.
like I need to
I yes,
integrate both everything. So I need to like mention like I have handled so many
right,
projects and all. So few years I worked in IICS, few years because
right.
14 plus years it's difficult to manage and to put into terms because they
Yes,
expect a lot from a 14 years guy, right?
right, right. Yes, yes.
So for IICS I can put like 4 years.
Yes, yes. You can do that. Yes, yes.
Yeah, 4 years IICS and 3 years on Snowflake, right?
Right, right. Yes.
Yeah, okay. And overall is like quite a heavy experience. I don't know like how the market is as of now.
The market is good actually. So even like even
Yeah,
most of the people now they are moving to cloud, right? So that is good
yeah,
actually.